When you buy a brand new computer equipped with a dedicated AI chip and open up a program like Windows Paint, the pitch is simple, the processing is local, the artwork is yours, and privacy is intact. But a security researcher took apart the software on these new Copilot Plus PCs and found a hidden betrayal. A forced alteration is occurring at the pixel level during the generation of every local image. The scale is massive. Out of a standard test image of 262,000 pixels, roughly 193,000 are invisibly altered to carry a hidden tracking code. They form a permanent 16-character ID cryptographically signed into the metadata under a marker called com.microsoft.invismark.1. Most surprising is that the local process isn't actually independent. Before your computer draws a single line, it phones home to a Microsoft Azure server to have your prompt approved and to receive the exact tracker it's about to embed. Because this watermark is woven into the fabric of the image's pixels, it is remarkably resilient. Standard edits like cropping or resaving the file are not enough to reliably remove the code. This creates a fundamental shift in how we use our devices. A tool marketed as a private, decentralized capability is functioning as a centralized surveillance tether, ensuring every local creation remains tied to a remote server. For years, proponents of a decentralized web have worked on systems like IPFS, internet plumbing designed to share files across a peer-to-peer network, rather than routing everything through massive corporate-controlled servers. But that independent infrastructure is facing a critical deadline. On September 30th, Interplanetary Shipyard, the main maintainer of the IPFS protocol, will stop its work after its primary backer bidder to renew funding. This withdrawal creates an immediate maintenance vacuum. Core tools, public gateways, and security patches for this independent version of the web are essentially going dark, leaving these projects without dedicated caretakers. As corporate AI models tighten their control over user data, the maintenance of the very tools designed to keep the internet independent is being starved. The path toward a decentralized web is becoming significantly more difficult to maintain. We are drawn to these centralized AI systems because they offer a compounding level of efficiency that is difficult to ignore, especially in fields like software engineering. This competition is moving fast. OpenAI's GPT 5.6 Soul model recently took the top spot on the industry's coding leaderboard, crossing the performance threshold of 80 and edging out the best from Anthropic. Soul didn't just win on capability, it did so with brutal economic efficiency, running in half the time and cutting the cost to $4 per million tokens. But this frictionless speed has a hidden cost. A study from Anthropic suggests that the way we learn to code is being altered by our reliance on these tools. Engineers are warning of a paradox. Expertise is built through cognitive struggle, the friction of being stuck and working through a problem. By removing that struggle, newcomers who lean entirely on AI may never develop the foundational skills required for true mastery. We are making a trade-off. We gain immediate, frictionless efficiency, but we risk eroding the very cognitive skills required to operate independently from the AI agents we're coming to rely on. As the focus shifts away from human expertise, the AI agents themselves are evolving. The new frontier is persistent memory, the ability for an assistant to remember context and skills across different sessions. Researchers are now using weighted memory trees. In this system, the agent scores its own memories by usefulness, reinforcing high-value information while allowing stale data to selectively decay. This approach made agents nearly 10 points more accurate, while cutting the size of the required prompt by over 32. The infrastructure required to run these models, the data centers and power grids, is massive, tangible, and increasingly unwelcome. Data centers have become a flashpoint for public resentment. Roughly 75% of Americans now oppose local data center construction, making these facilities even less popular than traditional coal plants. It's a bundled resentment. People are reacting to a combination of big tech distrust, data collection fears, and the massive power and land consumption these facilities require, often with very few local jobs in return. Blocking this construction locally won't stop the AI build-out, but it will shift it. Infrastructure will move to overseas jurisdictions where there is even less oversight and transparency than there is today. We are in the middle of a profound trade. We're sacrificing layers of our privacy, the independence of the web, and the friction that builds expertise in exchange for convenience. We are becoming increasingly dependent on a centralized corporate system that is now colliding with the physical limits of the world around us. The computer on your desk hasn't truly been yours for a long time.